All right, what is good, everybody? Welcome to the Spiritual War Room. We are going to look into John Barnett, the former Boeing employee who turned whistleblower. He was found dead in his vehicle in the parking lot of his hotel. I believe he had just testified against Boeing. There was a lawsuit going on. I believe he was suing Boeing, but he turns up dead. So there's a lot of speculations, a lot of conspiracy theories out there that Boeing, put a hit on him because he was exposing the poor quality of work, the poor work environment that Boeing was creating, and people were hurt in their vehicles, in their aircrafts because of their carelessness, and that's what John Barnett was exposing. And he was also claiming that Boeing had retaliated against him by, smearing his name and, just making it hard for him to make money because of the things that the concerns he raised and the issues that he was exposing. Okay, so we're gonna look into John Barnett. All right, guys, before we jump into this, don't forget to show me some love, like, share, subscribe. All right, guys, we're gonna start by asking the most basic, straightforward question: did he unalive himself? Okay, so this is undecided. Wait. Maybe I should be sure. Hold on. Let me check. I'm glad I checked. Okay, I was going to say it was undecided, but the Magician is yes. I pulled a reading about this whole situation, what happened to John Barnett. And when I asked the same question, did he unalive himself? The answer was yes. So yes. But with the Magician, it's almost like I'm getting the same energy that I got from that last reading, was that he knew that eyes would be on Boeing if he turned up dead, right? And by getting more eyes on what Boeing did, maybe something was going to be exposed. Okay. So, did he unalive himself? The answer is yes. Let's find out why. Why did he do this? Judgment at the bottom. Why did John Barnett do this? He wanted to bring attention to something that they were fooling the public about. Some kind of cover-up, yeah. Some kind of cover-up. It was like a distraction. Look over here. Nothing to see over there. There was something that he wanted exposed. Ten of Swords, Judgment. There was a lot of fighting behind the scenes because of whatever it is that they covered up over here. It had something to do with a loss, a painful loss. So this is something that it was on a large scale, like a large number of people. Judgment's being called. The world. Let's see what this It's going to be called, this could have been, this is something that happened on the other side of the world, or, I don't know, different part of the world. There was a lot of arguments, and there's just somebody who didn't want to hear, didn't want to hear it. I think one of the things that weighed heavy on his heart is whatever loss this was, is whatever this Ten of Swords is, it left children, innocent children, like having to be strong because of this loss. What weighed heavy on his heart is knowing that these children could never really be children. It's like they were always going to have to find some kind of, I don't know, this is how he felt. Like, this is like someone who, like a child who loses his or her parents, and you know, they have a hard upbringing because they have to learn to kind of survive on their own, because the people around them don't really care for them, because their parents, you know, the two people that are supposed to love and care and take care and protect these children are gone. And so maybe that's something that weighed heavy on him. It has something to do with children, though. Two of Dice. The way he's looking at the map, it's like they're looking for something, someone. There could be maybe mothers or children looking for their mothers or something like that, but there's like no communication, and these are people, many, like a large group of people demanding some kind of answers, and all they can say is, oh, well, we're looking, don't worry, we don't know. I'm sure something will come up. Yeah, what's going to come up is judgment, yo. And it's going to hit their finances. So he wanted to bring attention to what Boeing is covering up. The secrets behind the collaborations to cover this up, it goes deep to maybe different parts, like different governments could be involved in this cover-up. They had to get people to cover up what really happened, this big tragedy, because it was such a painful loss. They had to cover it up because it was gonna hit them financially. It's like, if news gets out that this happened, our stock prices are gonna crash. We have to keep up this illusion that everything's good so that our stocks don't crash. But there was a lot of arguments behind the scenes because of, you know, the issues he was, you know, the concerns he was raising was that, you know, they're putting damaged parts on, or just, you know, bad parts on the plane, so it's not safe. A lot of the people at work were, you know, maybe not qualified or didn't care enough to make sure that they did their work properly. It's just, he raised these concerns that there's a lot going on, and it's affecting the quality of the aircrafts that we're sending out. His pleas were not listen. They didn't like, again, they're covering, they were covering their ears. They didn't want to hear it. And there could have been some kind of argument about this painful ending, this 10 of Swords. What's the 10 of Swords? And he's like, I told you that was going to happen. I told you that was going to happen. Now judgment's going to be called, and they worked with other groups, I don't know who these people are, to cover this up, so it wouldn't affect their stock prices. This Emperor, like, all the clues lead back to them. All the clues lead back to them. So the missing Malaysian aircraft, it was a cover-up. Judgment. It was a cover-up. They're like, it was flying and flying, and all of a sudden, poof, it just disappeared. All because they didn't want the truth to get out, because they knew it would impact their finances. Again, the money. Look at all the King of Spokes, how he's looking up in the sky like, where is it? Where did it go? They had everybody fooled, wondering, well, where, the aircraft just disappeared. Where did it go? We have no clue. Because if they don't know, they don't have to tell anybody what really happened. Well, the plane was a lemon and it went down. But it's a cover-up. So that's why with it came out like, with the magician, like it's kind of like a trick. It was almost like he, in doing so, it was his way of like bringing, oh man, this is crazy. He knew it would bring eyes, or public scrutiny on Boeing. And maybe if they had enough people really looking into it, they would uncover that missing flight was because of Boeing's recklessness. Again, it's going to hit their finances, because they're going to have to pay a lot of money to the victims, to the survivors. Spirit says that's the truth. Oh, I think that was already out there. Spirit says that's the truth. They're gonna have to give a good big payout. It's because Boeing, with their carelessness, betrayed the public. It was their responsibility to make sure that the aircrafts that they were building and sending out were safe. And I think this is how John Barnett felt about the whole situation, and not being able to really speak on this incident, on the, this particular incident. It weighed heavy because he thinks a lot about the kids. It was our job to protect them, and we didn't care enough to like grab them by the hand and say, you're safe. Drop a bunch of cards. 5 of dice. Financial hit because of this cover-up. So why, let's see if we can use this deck and see, why did John Barnett choose to do this? Hold on, these aren't the cards I'm taking. Okay. Why did John Barnett decide to do this? False person. He wanted to expose the false people. Unexpected money. Rich man. Why the unexpected money? What's the unexpected money from? Why did this person, this false person, receive unexpected money? It's like they received money to what? To look away. Someone was paid off. Yeah, ooh, judgment. Okay, so there could have been some kind of contract that kept them from being able to speak on certain things. If they violated that contract, they would be, well, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I got the jail card, or, you know, so it could have been, you know, this is something that you could go to jail for. I don't know. But, he couldn't speak on this, but he wanted the false person to be exposed. This, there could be a false person who received money to cover it up, to keep it quiet, and he wanted this person exposed. Yeah, like, again, judgment. You know, there's a contract. I'll pay you a great deal of money. You just gotta get people believing, drinking the Kool-Aid, that we don't know what happened to the plane. Make the water muddy and murky so people can't really see clearly. But their time is up. Okay. So yeah, guys, I'm getting that he did do this, but there was a lot of conflict going on behind the scenes. There was things that he was able to speak on, and other things that he knew that he couldn't. That there were serious repercussions for speaking on certain incidences that that have happened. Sorry. Oh my God. Let's see if we can get anything else. So the reason for his death, he wanted to bring attention to something that he could not speak on. He knew that he knew that he couldn't. He was speaking on certain things, but these are things that Boeing can be like, oh yeah, don't worry, we'll fix that. Yeah. We'll fix that. Well, these are things that, the things that he was exposing were things that Boeing could kind of like put fires out on, you know. Get the right PR person and yeah, but there were some things that he knew that needed to be spoken on, and that he couldn't. He couldn't. That just takes it too far, you know. Yeah, he knew that judgment would be called on him. And he knew by doing this that all eyes would go on, would focus on Boeing, right? Boeing's trying to get out of the shit show that's been going on, you know. They're like, all these, you know, all our planes going up in flames or breaking down, and, you know, we're trying to get out of this mess. And then John Barnett's death is just, that message comes in, and they're like, fuck, this is the last thing we need right now. Because they care so much about, like, their stock prices and you know, how much their company is worth, they failed to listen to solid advice and failed to listen to people who were qualified. Listen to the concerns of people who are qualified to raise these concerns. They failed to listen to that. And now the whole world is judging them. They're trying to break out of this shit show that's going on. And yeah, his death was something that they did not want. They did not want him dead because they knew that it was going to bring more eyes to them, and more people are going to start, like, looking into what really happened. Why would he do this? So I think that Malaysian flight went down in 2014, and he retired in 2017, I think, from Boeing. He was there for 30 some years, and he was a long-term employee, so he knew his job. He knew what they were doing or not doing. He knew whatever. It's almost like Boeing has, like, all these reoccurring issues that arise. But it's like, it keeps happening because instead of addressing the issue, they cover it up. They try to cover it up. And that Malaysian flight that went missing, that was because of the shit work that they were doing. The shit planes they were producing. It's almost like these employees love their job because we can drink, we can party, we can, like, do drugs on the job, and no one's gonna say nothing. As long as we pump, you know, keep pumping out production, they don't care. They're not gonna drug test us. So yeah, all they care about is money. They don't care. Yeah, these people drink and they do drugs on the job. Yeah, they do. They do. Wow. With the Page of Swords, I'm getting that you should, when doing these types of jobs, like, not all jobs you have to be, you know, not every job you probably should have to drug test for, but a job where you're creating vehicles, aircrafts that are responsible for the well-being of its passengers. Yeah, that's probably a job you want people who are clean and sober. All right? Okay? Man. But they didn't care. All they cared about was their bottom line, man. And so, again, there's something that he could not speak on, something that he wanted out there. He needed more eyes on it. It was recklessness, and this recklessness, carelessness, led to some really painful endings for a lot of people. There was like, what, 227 passengers and 12 crew members, something like that, on that flight. All those people had families. All those people have a lot of people who love them and who are, you know, hurt by their disappearance. And it's because Boeing went on some big cover-up plot to deceive people. Oh, we don't know what happened. It just went down, so we have to recover the plane, but we don't know what happened to it. We can't find it. So there's no way we will ever find out what really happened. And they could have paid somebody who is, supposed to be a leader, someone who's entrusted by the public. This person was paid, bribed, to help cover this up. So that's another reason why he did what he did. He wanted eyes on not only what was done, but who was involved in it. So yeah, guys. All right. So we have so that's a reason for his death. What is it that we should all know before I wrap this up? What is it that we should all know? Okay. Okay, this is a message for the public about Boeing. Boeing is going to have to take accountability for what has happened, okay? They might take a financial hit. But this is a new beginning, okay? Some people might want them back, some people might not like to. But this new beginning is going to require Boeing to really just kind of clean house. I mean, start from scratch. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. A lot of people who work for this company might lose their jobs. But if Boeing can do this, the quality of their work is going to improve. Okay? So it's like, I don't know. I'm getting that people are really losing trust in Boeing and their products, right? But they can recover, and they will improve safety measures. But in order to get to this point, like, they're gonna have to clean house. So this could be a message for the people who worked at Boeing, who, again, remember, I pulled that these are people who would, like, do drugs on the job. You know, they didn't care. They're just like, whatever's, you know. These are the people who are gonna end up losing their jobs. They might be worried because it's gonna, yeah. What can you tell us about the people who are okay? So we have the Tower, we have the Page of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. So yeah, they might be sad, but it's like you didn't care about the work that you were producing. You know, not everybody's going to lose their job. A lot of people could, but not everybody's going to lose their job. And it was the one who was just there for the paycheck, or someone who really, like, took their work seriously. A lot of people are going to be sad. The ones who just really didn't care. They're like, man, I don't care, you know. As long as I don't fly on one of them, I'm cool. That kind of shit. These are the people who are gonna like have a hard time finding. I don't want to say they have a hard time finding work, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult to find a job that pays. Maybe it paid as well as that job did. Ace of Wands, yeah. They're gonna have to figure out something new, man. That sucks. You know, that sucks that, you know, for people to be in a situation like that. But the truth is like, if you know, if you're not doing good work, then, you know, maybe that job isn't for you. And we're talking about planes, aircrafts, things that people fly in. That's serious stuff, man. People are already terrified to fly, and to find out that the company that makes these, you know, the aircrafts that they're flying in are, you know, they're shoddy work. They do shoddy work. You know, it's going to bring more anxiety. So now all the fear and anxiety that these careless, reckless workers created, now they're going to be in that struggle, or in that worry, but they're worrying about their finances. But Boeing has to do what Boeing has to do, and if to gain the trust of the public, and if they're going to do that, they're going to have to let go of some people, and they're going to be pretty hurt and sad about it, because it could have been a dream job. You know, it could have been a dream job where they're like, yeah, you know, they pay well, we do half-ass work, we can get high on the job, they don't drug test us, you know. It's a good job, man. Yeah. These are people who are taking advantage of the company, you know. They knew that the company, all they care about is work, or money. So as long as you're pumping out like the planes, they don't really care if they pass inspection or safety, you know, the safety inspection. So that the people who are going to get fired are the people who were taking advantage of the company, because they knew that they had like poor leadership. Now the company has to win over the public, and that might take some time, but it can be done. So yeah, the Boeing corporation, all they cared about was money, and so did its employees. So yeah, they're gonna, it's like something that has to come crumbling down, so that way they can rebuild better. Well, we got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. It can be done, but it requires moving away from the way things were once done. It might be hard to like break old habits, but it has to be broken, because look, a lot of pain was caused because of their recklessness, their carelessness. So, okay, guys. So, yeah, guys, that's what I have for you. I know a lot of you probably thought that, yeah, Boeing was responsible. They killed him because, you know, conspiracy theories can be fun to think of, you know, but yeah, in this case, I don't think it's anything that Boeing did. I really think that it was John Barnett that felt like this was the only way that the conversation can turn on that one particular issue. And I'm really getting very strongly that it's the Malaysian flight. What is it? MH370? Forgive me if I got that wrong, but yeah, I think he wants to bring closure to those families too. But it's not something that he was able to speak on, so that's what I have, guys. Yeah. I think I'm going to leave it right here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I always appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time.